Hey, True Believers, Englentine here. Now, I've covered the convention scene quite a bit. My favorite was finding out that Cosplay Is Not Consent is owned by a porn company. But it really does seem like conventions have been taking a beating. And ever since our community has grown because the movies have become more popular and everything, the haters have really come in and tried to change, not just change things, but change things for the worse. And force themselves into it. Well, it turns out there's this guy. Okay, this comes from Bleeding Cool. It's written by somebody named Jessica Wager. Now, one thing you can always count on Bleeding Cool for doing is basically taking the wrong side of any issue. So anyway, this is titled Worldcon Commits to Changes After Complaints of a Guest Misgendering and More. Worldcon commits to changes after complaints of guest misgendering and more. Alrighty, so Worldcon, the World Sci-Fi and Fantasy Convention, removed its original program last month after concerns of incorrect information. It was found that the original program had referred to guest and Hugo Award nominee Boji Takacs, I don't know how to pronounce that, but there you go, as he, ignoring unambiguous preference for agender pronouns. E displays very clearly on Patreon, Twitter, and other forms of social media that E identifies with the pronouns himself. Those are not pronouns, or they. It seems whoever added the bio to the Worldcon program would have had to go very much out of their way not to notice this fact. Sorry for interrupting the paragraph with my own commentary. I'll make sure that I'm doing this when you see the head and you know that it's me and not the article speaking. This being said, once again, is not words. They're not pronouns. Sorry, dude. E is just he without the H. Get the fuck over it. That's what I would say. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? E is he without the H. Get the fuck over it. Dude, fucking hell. Anyway, also, like I said, Bleeding Cool can be on the wrong side of every issue and they'll be happy. And in this case, right away, it's like, they should have known! And anyway, let's continue this thing. So here's the program. It does use he. It says he won an award for transgender fiction. And it goes on that he says, I would very much appreciate a public apology from Worldcon 2018 for rewriting my bio to change my name and my gender. I have never, ever used he pronouns. After many similar exclusionary actions, this is the last straw. I am honestly not sure I can safely attend. I think the biggest news we're finding out here is that there's an award for transgender fiction. Just saying. Okay, so where to start? Okay, first of all, public apology. No, not necessary. Second of all, does not know if can safely attend. Why? Because a word was wrong? Because the letter H? Is he afraid of the letter H? Is that what's going on? Because it wasn't E. And saying that I never used. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, you freaking liar. You know what? I don't even have to know you to understand that if you're more than 5 freaking years old, you have used regular pronouns. Before the world went nuts and decided that they were going to make up their own words to describe themselves because they want to be an individual, so they jump on this make up your own word bandwagon, just like everybody else in their little group. In the next spot, once again, Bleeding Cool showing that they're Bleeding Cool immediately takes an insulting tone towards Christina Doyle to say, initial responses included a brushing off accountability by Program Division Head Christine Doyle. And she says, please talk to me directly about this. It's your public bio from elsewhere, and I'm happy to edit it. So it reads the way you want it. And again, Worldcon did not write the bio. To me, that's a reasonable response. Now, if I'm being politic, I would have said, oh, I'm sorry, this is the bio I found at so-and-so and so-and-so. We just cut and pasted. If this is not the bio you want used, please send us the one that you do, and we will put it wherever, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And that way it's just, you know, like I said, it's just being politic. But other than that, I actually think her response was fine. Hey, you know, we found this. This is the one we used. We didn't mean any kind of malice. That's what I got out of it. And, of course, Bleeding Cool has to come on over and Bleeding Cool all over everything. An apology was then sent to Bogey via email to Air significant other Rose Limburg instead of Bogey directly. R. Limburg immigrant. Worldcon just emailed me asking to apologize to Bogey person and expressing a wish that E would not have gone public. I've withdrawn from Worldcon programming. I can't in good conscience participate when the con treated so many marginalized finalists with such a lack of courtesy. Would this be the same marginalized person that is Hugo nominated for his writings? Just asking. How did this stop him from doing anything he wanted to do? This is, oh man, you want to slap the pretense right off of them. Oh my gosh. I've never met these people and I already do not like them. And usually I'm not like that. Usually, okay, you know, they might have their reasons, but nope. Also, okay, according to Bleeding Cool, they said they were apologized to, but according to the tweets, we didn't see one, so where was the apology or the, hey, can you say sorry to him or whatever? Maybe Rose was the person that they were getting the information from. Maybe Rose sent the wrong information in the first place. There's a big gap in storytelling right here. Meanwhile, other cases of misinformation in the original program came to light with more editing errors cropping up, such as illustrator Grace P. Fong finding changes in her biography and added pictures taken from her personal Facebook. Kevin Roche, chair of the convention, made a public apology and stated that he is investigating the incident after taking the program down for reworking. Okay, Bleeding Cool, let me tell you, that is an actual problem. If they took photos that they didn't want to be used from their Facebook to put in their programming, okay, I can understand that being a thing. But not knowing you were supposed to drop the H from he or the TH from there, I'm sorry, no, that's not the same fucking thing. It's not the same god thing. It isn't. It's not the same. Drop it. My profound apologies for the dreadful error misgendering bogey person in our program info. There's no excuse for such a mistake, and we are correcting the entry. I am investigating to find where in the process this happened to ensure it does not recur. Kevin Roche, chair. In addition to this, it was suggested that the declining to include new authors and panels, as well as ignoring pleas and suggestions for an hashtag own voices panel that highlights marginalized people's writings from their perspective, shows a lack of respect for award finalists and minorities. And there it is. That's what it comes down to. Right there. It's control. It's not about respect. It's about control. You didn't do what we want. We want this. We want that. We want this. And if not, it's because you hate. It's because you are horrible. It's because blah, 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 yada, yada. We are put upon and you are the oppressor. What will you do for us? Except for it's exactly the opposite. The only people I see oppressing anybody, or trying to anyway, is the bogey person. Speak thusly or face the consequences. That's what the message I'm getting from bogey person. In response to this and other actions, whether intentional or merely thoughtless, several writers announced they would drop Worldcon, such as N.K. Jesman, Rose Limburg, and J.Y. Yang, feeling that they could not in good conscience support an event that would not respect or protect its minority members and participants. Now, I glossed over this the first time when he says, I can't attend safely, and now they're talking about protection. Dude, calling somebody he, she, them, it, they, whatever the fuck, is not actual physical pain. Get the fuck over yourself. You know what? T-shirts need to be passed out to these people. Get the fuck over yourself. Holy crap. I can't believe people buy into this crap. However, in the days following the dust up, the program has been redone and hope for change has been restored in some attendees. Worldcon accepted an offer by Hugo Award-winning author Mary Robinette Kowal to help revamp programming to better reflect the interest of marginalized attendees, and things are looking up. With the challenges surrounding Worldcon 2018's programming, I offered to bring in a team to help reimagine the schedule. That team was chosen to address a range of identities, marginalizations, and stakeholders. We've spent the past 48 hours diving in, and there you go. Okay, that was the offer of help. Translation, we listened to your temper tantrum. We don't want to hear it anymore, so we're just going to do this so we don't have to be bothered with it. Author's take, like she hasn't been tossing in her own opinion all throughout the whole thing. Without input from others of different experiences, art becomes stagnant, flat, and lifeless. Having more diverse groups in pretty much any situation makes things better. From preventing myopia, and homogenization of ideas to allowing for groups to be more agile and responsive, the best representations of a group of people are its members, not outsiders looking in. Furthermore, it shows respect for the people, cultures, and life ways, and helps reduce the exotification of those perceived as different. People who are not of the dominant culture do not exist to be a freak show or fetish for the dominant culture. And yet, that's what you set them up to be. You say it's other people, but it's you. It's those who think like you. You set these people up to be the freak show. You say, hey, look, Bogey set himself up to be looked at, to be stared at, to be wondered why and what this guy does, what he does. Flat out, that's it. Nobody else. If he didn't make a big deal over the word he, this would not be the circus that it is. This would not be spoken about or entertained. Nobody would care. Nobody would care at all. One freaking bit. Would have gone to the convention, had his say, and walked away. There you go. It is you. Actions like misgendering Bogey Tekax in the Worldcon program minimizes the struggles and dangers that the transgender people face on a day-to-day basis just to exist as themselves. Showing a lack of concern for the well-being of minority groups, this is just one of a number of incidents over the past several years that marginalized writers believe indicate a systemic lack of understanding and respect by the overarching monoculture of whiteness that makes up the majority of English language writers in the U.S. However, with some willingness to grow and improve, we can hope more events will take the Worldcon approach and commit to understanding and investing in marginalized communities. Stop marginalizing them. That's what I'll tell people who call other people marginalized. Just stop marginalizing them. You're the one that's doing it. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Also, where the fuck did whiteness come from? Bogey is white. It has nothing to do with race here, you dumb... Okay, anyway, seriously, there's no mention of race except for what she mentioned. Oh, my head is hurting from this. Also, here's the thing, and this is going to be it. I know some people are going to be arguing, and they already clicked off to start commenting, but here's the fucking thing. If you are hurt, if your identity is marginalized, if you are marginalized because somebody forgot to remove the H from the word he, you have no identity. You are fucking faking it. That is a fucking fact. That is not even opinion. I'm going to lay that down as a fucking fact. If somebody can marginalize you because they misgender you, you do not have that identity. The only person who can make you feel marginalized is you. Jesus, Lord, and hey, you're negating my identity because... Oh, shut the fuck up. Grow a fucking pair. Jesus, Lord in heaven. Sorry, but if somebody Oh, I got your name wrong? I'm sorry. It's okay, no worries. Don't worry about that. Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Oh, dude, I didn't even see you had long hair. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, that's weird, but no problem. What do you need? You're the one that does it. If you are feeling marginalized, you're the one that's making you feel marginalized. People are going to call you names. People are going to disagree with you. People are going to yell at you. The only person that lets them in is you. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? What do you think about this whole thing? I got to say, I am really irritated by the fact that we have the most open and most accepting community, and then people like this come in and crap all over it. They bring their hate, and then they say we're hateful. That's basically what it comes down to. That's basically my opinion on this entire damn thing. They bring the hate. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments section below. Also, if you like this video, you know the drill. Click like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts. Also, if you don't mind helping out the channel, not just this one, but I've got another one that I talk about theme parks and such like that. It's called Mad About the Mouse. Links in the description below, as well as the Patreon. So if you don't mind helping out the channels, go on over, drop $1 in the till. Just $1, less than the price of a candy bar, and you'll help us make videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.